Welcome to my first mildly controversial video. Even though I don't know why is it controversial, this is something that is so important. The first one, please learn to say no. If your company wants 10 women to do a Christmas decoration for some event in office, you can say no, because trust me, there won't be as many men doing the same thing because their work is more important. And this is just like a random example, but when you are uncomfortable with something, learn to say no. And I know why most of you may not be saying no. It's because we just seek so much validation and so much external validation, and we want to please people. I have said no to most freelancing projects than I've said yes to, because it just doesn't align with my goals. So if you say no to things that don't align with your goals, you will be at ease. Please don't keep yourself so stressed out all the time. Financial independence. I have friends who are not even allowed to work. This is not being allowed to do things, whereas you're an adult. Obviously, to dig deeper into it, there's a reason why this happens, because only then the woman stays under the control. If it's your choice to not work because of other responsibilities, that's great, that's amazing. Because something that I've learned after getting married is that being a homemaker is a full-time job. But for those of you who don't want to do this, please work to be financially independent. At least in the South Asian society, what I've realized is that financial independence is not about money, it's about choices and being able to make decisions which you otherwise can't make if you're dependent on someone. There's also a book called Why Women Have Better Sex in Socialism. Please read it. You will know what I'm talking about. The third is speaking up, especially on abuse. I recently read a post on Reddit telling that this man, he got groped in a train. So he wrote a post about how he always finds it a bit strange that women go for years and years without speaking out about their abuse. How most women he has spoken to have experienced some kind of abuse or another, and they don't talk about it. And then he said, now I know why, because somebody groped him and he froze. And I know a lot of you are able to relate to this when something has happened and you just freeze. Like, leave alone creating an entire tamasha, but you don't even turn to look at that person because you just freeze. I hope we can normalize speaking out and up about abuse and about all these things that are wrong, because only then these vile people, men or women, will get punished. Knowing that your career is just as important. It's not that only a man's career is important, your career is also important. I once attended a meeting in my previous organization which spoke about how women, after they take a very long leave, say 10 years, and then they all have emptiness syndrome because your purpose suddenly shifts after you have a kid. But then the kid goes away at 18, and then you feel so much of emptiness and hollowness, and then you wish that I also wish I did my work on the side and balanced it out. Our gender doesn't make our careers better or worse, stronger or weaker. Today, there are male pilots, there are women pilots, there are male officers, there are female officers. So your career is just as important. And you know what? Most of the time, it's not even others telling you that your career is not as important. It's not the men who tell you that your career is not important in most situations. It's actually us. And we think in our heads that our career is not important, and we put down ourselves because we are so good at putting ourselves down. We are so good at feeling we're not good enough. And the moment we feel good enough, we'll go through a magazine or go through social media, which will make us feel that either we are aging or we have pigmentation, hair fall, dandruff, and ways in which we are not perfect enough so we can buy some products. So please know that your career is as important, and please know that the work you do has a meaning. Please don't put down yourself. Please prioritize yourself. I have students who are women and who have kids and who are working and who are also side hustling, which is why they joined my course Summit 21. Some of them live abroad, so they have no help from their parents or any domestic help. And in that daily chaos, it's so easy to not prioritize yourself. Not having time to work out because you have to work. Not having time for 5 minutes of meditation because there's something else you have to do. You need to prioritize yourself. And think of it this way, right? In a lot of situations, a woman holds a family together. A happy woman is a happy family. So please prioritize yourself. Please give yourself the love and appreciation and the pampering that you deserve. Doing things when you are ready. Yes, there is a biological clock we have, but then you also have to get married or have a kid and whatever, join college, whatever it is. But you should also be ready for it. Don't just straight away do it because you've reached a certain age. I don't know if we will ever be ready to do big things, but we just have to be sure of it. Like when I met Jay, my husband, I may not be ready because I dated him for like a year, but I was sure it's gonna be him, whether it's now or a few years later, it's gonna be him. I hope you get the feel of what I'm trying to say, that don't just blatantly follow societal norms. It's you who has to make a change. It's you who's going to be doing something new. And you have to internally be ready for it. And if you are not, then no type of age or anything matters. I hope this wasn't very controversial. And I would love to know if you want me to make more woman centric videos, not just about something like this, but about financial independence, taking care of your health, mental health, all of that. So have a nice day and you go, girl.